about Garmin, which of course is a GPS navigation and wireless device manufacturer. So back in the day, they started out with navigational devices, GPS linked in aeroplanes, and then they migrated that into handheld devices.
Yeah.
They kind of went to sleep, got totally circumvented by the smartphone manufacturers, but they've kind of held their own, and they're beginning to sort of edge their way back into the market with these heart rate sensor, Phoenix range watches for runners and cyclists, doing well again.
Yes.
Market cap $10.1 billion, price earnings ratio 14.42, dividend yield of 4%.
Yeah. So not that demanding on the valuation and a very nice dividend yield, as you point out. They have sort of reclaimed their space as a specialist GPS provider. There is this risk of the smartphone usurping all sorts of devices. But this so-called wearables, that's the term, wearable devices, they found a good niche in sophisticated wearables, where it does a lot more than your smartphone.
Long battery life, heart rate monitor, those are useful things to have in conjunction.
Very much so, and less bulky, obviously, much more wearable, as the term goes, so more user-friendly. They've got quite a few markets they're involved in, and the one part that's really doing well is outdoor, and I think that trend is going to really play itself out, where you do have this thirst for a more natural lifestyle, a more outdoor lifestyle, and that particular part of their business did well, along with aviation. Some of the other parts of their business suffered. Let's
have a look at the share chart. It's got an interesting track record. It effectively kind of did a conversion, and it's headquartered in Schaffhausen, which is in Switzerland somehow. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but I think it was a kind of a conversion, leaving the Nasdaq listing in place. But that, I guess, is the recovery in 2016 and 2017, is the launch of the Phoenix range and the fact that people started buying them up again. I mean, you'll notice even in this country, a lot of people started buying these things because they want to get the discovery points for the heart rate monitors. So it's either the Apple watches or these things, or the Fitbits and other things.
Yeah, and I think that's a trend that you're certainly going to see continue, where this biometric type of approach and big data approach
Let me ask you a question though about cycling. When you cycle, do you wear one of these things on your wrist, or does the bicycle have all that stuff on it and, I don't know, measures your heart rate through your bottom or something?
Yeah, no, typically you have a strap on your chest and it's mounted on the handlebars. But again, that's much more
it's
user-friendly.
mounted on the handlebars with its straps. You don't wear it on the...
Correct. You typically don't wear it, because if you fall, you may break it if it's on you.
You see, it's worth asking these questions.
Yeah. I personally ride with nothing. I ride unplugged. I sit in front of a computer all day.
You thought, well, at least when I'm on my bicycle, I want to know about that.
Correct, exactly.
In any event, if you're going to run comrades or something, an Apple Watch is not going to last for 8-9 hours. That's why you need also the Garmins as well. When I'm running races, I run with both, because the Garmin has got something which tells you like your predicted time for the marathons and so on and so forth. In any event, enough of that. As far as the stock's concerned, you reckon it can continue rallying?
Yes, I think it's in the right space. It's reclaimed its sort of high space.
Fascinating that, because when the old days, when they only made personal navigation devices like handhelds, when the smartphones came with a much better interface, they were just out of business. Donezo, and now they're back. It's a good lesson. In some instances, one's got to hang in there.
Correct. You can take the technology and implement it and execute it.
Okay, so we're going hot on that.